Hey, what's going on YouTube? So before we jump into the video, let me give you a quick introduction of who I am. My name is PSX, or you can call me X, and I'm a professional hacker with over 10 years of experience. I have multiple certifications in the IT field, and I am classified as a gray hat hacktivist. I am also a high-end darknet vendor. If you want to get to know me or if you want any type of information, simply just message me on my Instagram. You can message me on Keybase or you can message me on Snapchat. That being said, before we jump into this video, I just want to say I'm not making this video for any type of recognition. I'm not making this video for any type of clout. I'm simply just trying to inform other individuals about human manipulation and social engineering techniques and our tactics. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about our first individual here. So this person right here goes by the name of Badman Swipe. As you can see here, he says he's a legit vendor. He has 3,350 followers. And the first post that we have here, I'm going to go ahead and break it down. So right here, we have to look for these red flags in context for the sentences that he actually has here that he had posted. So he's showing you validity, if that makes any sense. That means that he's trying to validate himself because he wants other people to tap in. So he's showing you this on this side of him doing something good, but yet he wants you to do this on this side. As you can see here, it worked because other people are saying, you know, yo, tap in, yo, message me, DM me, so on and so forth. Now, this is pretty sad, and this is a prime example of social engineering or manipulating the actual situation here. Now, I can tell you the reason why he cropped out the profile is because it's him talking to himself. Because he has here the same context that he's using. He's using the same context structure of him talking. So this person right here is him, and he's just talking to himself. The reason why I say that is because, once again, he's using the same structure, and also he's giving himself DAP, meaning that he's trying to make himself look good. So if you actually read it, you can pause it and read it because I'm not going to read it. I'm just simply breaking this down. If you actually look, he's giving himself DAP while he's trying to secure the perspective. So he's saying that he's doing good. He's giving himself a good review because he wants other people to tap in. So now we're going to go to his other post here. And as you can see here, he has many ads of him saying, tap in, I have this, I have that. And he also has a YouTube channel, which we're going to check out in a minute. Now, he knows if he has his YouTube channel right here that people are going to look at it and they're going to see that he's trying to be the good guy. So his approach in this is him being the good guy. He wants other people to be on his side, and he wants other people to tap in because what he's doing is he's one-upping and he's trying to expose these certain individuals for being scammers, but in reality he's doing the same thing. He's just using a different approach of trying to be the good guy, right? So he knows once he has it there, people are going to actually see it, and that pretty much from then on it's going to be word of mouth, and then that's how he's going to get his fame, that's how he's going to get his notoriety, that's how he's going to get his money. So we go down here, and now he's trying to show money here, saying tap in, pretty much like the urgency for you to tap in. Now, anybody who says tap in, anybody who says, you know, this, that, or the other, and the urgency for you to actually tap in is fraudulent, because if they really had it like that, they wouldn't need you to tap in. You would tap in on your own. They wouldn't need you to, you know, they wouldn't need you to tap in. That's a red flag right there. So we're going to go down and we're going to see multiple ads, and we're going to see him trying to expose another individual by the name of King Hustle. So what he's doing here is he's one-upping. If you're familiar with one-upping is pretty much bashing another person, saying like, hey, forget this person, don't mess with them, come mess with me because I can do it better. That's pretty much what he's doing here. He thinks that he's exposing this person, but in reality, he's just trying to make himself look good by quote unquote exposing this scammer, because he wants people on his side for, you know, for them to tap in on him because he's doing a good deed for the community. But in reality, he's really just doing the same thing as everybody else, which is scamming people. Now, as you can see here, we're going to go ahead and go to the expose directory, and we're going to go ahead and see what he's saying. So you can go ahead and pause the video if you want and read it. But pretty much what he said was, told y'all, you know, this person's fake, come tap with me instead, but you guys don't listen. So like I said, he's trying to be the good guy in this. So now let's go ahead and look at his YouTube channel here. This is his YouTube channel, and I've looked at all his videos. In most of the videos that he says, he's really not saying any type of information. He's really not giving any type of leads. He's not leading by, you know, not leading by example. He's not really showing anything. He's simply just talking. He's talking, and it's pretty boring. Now, that being said, his titles are misleading. So we have here, Bandman Swipe teaches fans how to get free CC step by step. But if you actually click the video and you actually see the video, all he's doing is talking, and he's only showing a text document of the steps needed in order for you to obtain said information. So that right there is very misleading, and it's pretty much a red flag. Also, he's telling people Bandman Swipe responds to scamming IQ and drops more free game. So what he's saying here in the context is he's dropping free game for you to tap into the video, but in reality, everything that he's saying you can simply just Google, because all he's talking about are CPNs, credit lines, credit, and things like that, and it's just really misleading and it's really irritating. Also, it's kind of very suspicious, and it should be a red flag, because every time he drops a video, another person did a live stream on Instagram or live stream on YouTube talking about the same thing that he's talking about, but he's simply just using his own words to make himself look good, which is a red flag, and you should be very aware of that. Now we're going to talk about this scamming IQ person, because this person right here is calling himself the god of fraud, but in reality, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't have any knowledge in fraud. He doesn't have, any knowledge in IT or hacking in general. So there's really nothing I can say about this guy. But if you actually tap into his YouTube, which is here, he's pretty much calling himself the GOAT, so on and so forth. So we're not really going to talk about him. But if you look at the videos on how these people talk, if you actually listen to how they talk, they sound like they don't have the patience to actually learn exploitation or learn hacking in general. They don't really sound educated at all. They sound like they're high all the time, and I wouldn't invest any type of funds with these people, because they seem like they don't have the knowledge to actually deliver what it is that they're saying. So now, that being said, this person right here, his name is Can Swipe. And if we actually look at the video, I'm going to go ahead and mute this because I'm not trying to get copyrighted, because I'm not foolish. If you actually see what he's doing here, he's actually demonstrating, he's actually showing proof that he's using the Cash App method. Now, in reality, there is no such thing as a Cash App flip. There is such thing as using stolen credentials to send funds to another account, but that's different than what they're showing here and what they're saying. Now, another thing that I have to inform you about is Cash App logs. Cash App logs, Cash App methods, Cash App flips, Zelle flips, whatever the case is, having to do with direct banking apps like Cash App, Zelle, Roar, whatever, whatever type of application that you're using. They're all fake. They're not valid. They don't work. There's no such thing as Cash App logs, because the whole purpose of Cash App is to use it, on your mobile device, and nobody's going to log in Cash App online. That doesn't make any type of sense. So anything having to do with Cash App sniffs or Cash App logs, flipping money for Cash App, Zelle, whatever the case is, it's fraudulent. So don't read too much into it, because it's fake. Now, what he's doing here is he's showing himself sending himself money to another account, so it can actually look like he's actually using the method, but in reality, he's really not. Another red flag is he's using TJ's name in order for him to actually get any type of views for this, for people to tap in. As you can see here, he has 179,486 views, and that's pretty unfortunate, because he probably made money off these people. So we're going to go ahead and talk about this person right here, whose name is CVV Methods. Now, anybody who has a CVV method, anybody who has methods in their name, scamming IQ, whatever the case is, they're all fraudulent. Now, this person, we're not going to go ahead and listen to him, because once again, I'm not trying to get copyrighted. If you actually listen to what he's saying, he sounds like a young man, and he sounds like he has no idea what it is that he's saying, and he sounds uneducated in the field. He's actually telling people to use VPNs, but in reality, VPNs are not the wave, and it's not the way to go. The way to go when you do things like this, or swiping in general, is using residential mobile proxies, because it has its own UA, and it's very hard to tell if it's a server or if it's using a proxy in general, because it has its own fingerprint. Now, that being said, we'll scroll ahead, go over here. He's talking about Donald, Donald.cc, but in reality, this website in general is a hit or miss, and it's pretty much an exit scam in general. So if you buy your dumps or your CVV details from, Donald Trump Party, Donald CC, what's the other one? Golden CC, CC Haven, anything having to do with CC, any type of third-party vendors for CVVs. Majority of them are exit scams. There are a couple of them that do work that are on the dark net that, are really high profile and low key because they don't want to get saturated. Those are the only ones that work. Now, these ones that you see other people doing, like FE Shop and things like that, those do work, but they work for low amounts. The lowest amount probably is I'll say like 350 bucks maybe. And those are only good for like carding third-party websites like, People Finder or, PayPal or whatever the case is in order for you to get information. Or even to hit, for food. Those are what those are good for. Now, this guy right here is simply just talking about this. He's not even showing you him actually doing what it is that he's saying that he's doing, which makes no sense to me why they waste their time doing this. Another person that we're going to talk about is Mr. Hustle himself. Now, if you know me, then you know I am part of HTP, which is a hacking group that we had in 2014 that is actually well known for taking over Google, taking over Linode, and doing a number of things, and currently still doing things behind the scene. And as you can see here, he's what you call a visual scammer. He's getting clout off of the HTP name. Once again, he's not part of HTP. I can assure you that. I've never had a conversation with this person. I've never spoke to this person in general, and he's just using that name in order for people to tap in. Now, the reason why he's using that name is because if people are actually trying to do research on this person to see if he's legit, they're going to see that the HTTP hacking group literally took over the internet in 2014 and currently still is taking over the internet, behind the scenes. Now, he knows the more money that he shows, the more he talks about it, people are going to tap in because they see visually what it is that he's doing. Now, with this person, he claims to be a black hat hacker, but in reality, he has no knowledge in IT or hacking in general. He's probably tapped in with the hackers, but he himself is not a quote unquote black hat hacker. He's pretty fake. There's many instances on his IG, and there's many, stories that he has where he's contradicting himself. This person right here, I don't know, for some reason he wants to be in the scam rap scene. If you ask me, that's dry snitching, but hey, to each is their own. I wouldn't invest in this person because he's fake, and I have proof of everybody that I talk about in this video. If you want proof, just send me a message on my Instagram. I'll gladly show you proof because, without that'll pretty much be myself being a one-upper, and I'm not a one-upper. I'm simply just, a hacker trying to inform other people about social engineering and human manipulation. And these are the targets that we're using for prime examples, which are scammers. That being said, we're going to go ahead and talk about Jeremiah, aka CVV Amari, or however you want to pronounce his name. Now, I had a lot of people message me asking me, hey, is this person legit? Because I seen him on live, he hit for the ATM, and so on and so forth. So I did my own research. I actually bought a couple methods from him because I wanted to see if he's legit, and I can tell you that he is fraudulent. The methods that he gives are saturated. The links that he gives are no longer working. The software that he has is not valid, and him hitting ATMs on live is actually him hitting his own accounts for withdrawals. So anything having to do with this person right here is fake. So anybody trying to, tap in with him, I'm sorry to say, but you got scammed. Now, he's trying to get into the scam scene or scam rap. Once again, I don't know why anybody would want to do that, because that is dry snitching. And it's only a matter of time before, people catch on to what it is that you're doing. Now, CVV or the CVV team, CVV Goku, CVV, whoever has their name as CVV, they simply want to be hackers. They don't know anything about hacking. And if they do, they probably only know distribute denial of service or a DNS amplification, if that. Now, I can tell you that this person right here actually got hacked recently, but he took down the post because he doesn't want people to know that he's been hacked by a hacker, because his side is supposed to, know or have knowledge of him being, a quote unquote scammer in the hack scene. But in reality, he's not really that. TJ only got famous because he was the first person to rap about scam rap. And it was funny because people were memeing him because they were like, man, this person's only talking on this track. He's not really saying anything. That's why he got his fame, because he did something different. And, I applaud him for that because he did it when nobody was doing it. But we were doing this back in 2011, 2010. So he's talking about things that have been done in 2011, 2010. He's actually tapped in on other people's stories because he's trying to see the new wave of scam. So he can have other people tap in with him. Now he works with 10K Kev. I'm going to talk about him in a minute. But yeah, so TJ right here is actually contradicting himself as well. There's no such thing as a fraud Bible. A fraud Bible is actually a book of fraud on Amazon. You can simply just Google that. And he actually says that there's no such thing as a fraud Bible. What you have is mega links, and that's pretty much saturated methods from 2014 to 2017 that no longer work. So if you paid for a fraud Bible, if you paid for Cash App logs, Cash App flips, whatever the case is, you pretty much got duped. That being said, 10K Kev has his own fan base because of TJ, and they pretty much scam their supporters. TJ even says in his Instagrams that he scams the supporters, and they still tap in with him. Another person I can tell you is this person, which is Dumps Official. Now I have actual voice messages with me and him going back and forth where he's actually talking about he doesn't know what it is that he's doing, doesn't know what he's talking about. He's simply just scamming people. Like I said, if you want proof, just message me. We're going to talk about CB the Plug here. Now, if you know CB the Plug, or if you know what it is that he does, he actually works coincide with King Hustle, and you can actually pay attention to what he says in most of the things that Hustle posts for giving valid, positive feedback. Now, these people are scamming individuals like yourself, so don't be too foolish. Another person is this person right here. As you can see, what he's doing here is he's actually showing step by step of what's happening. Him, quote unquote, using the Cash App flip, but in reality, he's really not using the Cash App flip because he's sending money to himself, and he's just showing, him sending these funds to this account, but in reality, it's him sending money to himself. There's another one here, like I said, and pretty much it's just a repetitive cycle, and that's pretty much it. So the reason why I wanted to use these people as prime examples of human manipulation or social engineering techniques is because these people are social engineering you for your money, and you're falling for it because we're in unfortunate situations. We're having the whole pandemic, and people are actually, they don't know what to do, or they don't know how to make money, so they're turning to the internet and they're turning for solutions with these scammers in order for them to make a bag. Now, my recommendation for you guys, if you're trying to secure your bag, if you're trying to make any type of profit, the people that you need to tap into are hackers and not scammers. Majority of the people who are showing you whatever it is that they're showing you, they're trappers, and they're showing trapping money. They're not showing scam money. They're not showing hacking money. They're showing trapper money. And that's pretty much, manipulating the situation. Now, Bandman Kevo, he actually got in trouble for synthetic scamming, and he actually did time for synthetic scamming. But now he's actually using his name in order for him to actually profit off of it. So he's scamming his supporters on OnlyFans. Bandman Kevo is, he's knowledgeable in IPs and how to actually hide yourself for anonymity, but he doesn't really know anything when it comes to hacking or exploitation. Another person is Money Man. Now, I have nothing bad to say about Money Man. Money Man is actually very intelligent. I had conversations with him. He knows what he's talking about. He's actually very knowledgeable in hacking as well. Money Man definitely is probably the only one that I can tell you that is real and that actually knows what he's talking about. Bandman Kevo has a little bit of knowledge, but he doesn't have that much knowledge because he's only a synthetic scammer, which is using CPNs and, opening, accounts like that. But unfortunately, he's scamming his supporters on his OnlyFans. So that being said, that's all I really have to say. And if you have any questions, you can simply message me on Instagram. You can hit me up on Keybase or Snapchat. We can have conversations. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, this channel is really dedicated for different methodologies and exploitation. I'm going to show you how to successfully exploit web applications to obtain credit card credentials, to obtain CPN credentials, to pretty much be your own vendor so you wouldn't have to rely on these fraudulent people. And I'm going to show you many different methods on how to exploit uh, mobile platforms, how to do hacking pretty much. And that's pretty much what I do. This is what this channel is going to be dedicated for. So that being said, I hope you guys have a blessed week. I hope you guys wash your hands because coronavirus is no joke. And I hope you guys stay safe. That being said, I'm out.